Now, at long last, the trailer for Season 2 of Andor has dropped, and we are here to talk about it. And by we, I mean me and my wife, Sailor Naboo. A lot of you know we have a channel together. We're doing this together because we were about to walk out the door. She had off today. We had plans. I got a message, all caps, Andor Season 2 trailer, exclamation point to infinity, and here we are. And what did you think about that? Let's kick it off with you as I
My
like
initial
to.
feelings?
Yeah, just baseline feelings.
Well, I'm just honestly just relieved to see new Andor stuff because
Sure, yeah.
I've missed it. It changed my Star Wars viewing experience, I think, in a way.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not sure
agree.
if that's for the better because I can not appreciate the
Yeah,
new stuff
it
because I feel
raises the
spoiled.
bar. Yes, Andor has raised the bar for Star Wars. Not that all Star Wars needs to be Andor. I say it all the time, but it has certainly raised the bar in terms of what
Mhm.
Star Wars can be.
I'm not sure how I feel about the choice of music because I have rewatched the original trailers for season 1 and I kind of just liked the Star Warsy music and feel. You know, that intrigue type
Yeah.
music over this is more let's try and get everybody in.
This was a trailer for normies. This was
Right.
not a trailer for Star Wars fans.
Like a Skeleton Crew trailer where they
Yeah.
redid a popular song, made it more Star Wars.
This felt like, hey, here's all our accolades from season 1.
Mhm.
If you didn't watch it, you missed because everybody loved it. Everybody praised it. The critics loved it.
Mhm.
So here's a bunch of accolades. And if you did like it, it's coming again. So check it out. It didn't feel like here is kind of a story or an idea of what season 2 is going to be. If you liked
Right.
season 1, if you're a fan and you're kind of been theorizing and speculating. But at the same time, we kind of know what to expect out of season 2. So I'm not upset that they didn't give us a story trailer and spoil a bunch of things, even though there are certainly
Some
tidbits
things,
in
definitely.
there.
I am kind of curious if the shift in music may kind of try to be giving us a tidbit to the shift in tone in the series.
I don't know how you shift the tone.
Because I'm saying, well, the beginning tones where we were working towards rebellion, espionage, deep plots,
Now we're actually
treason, character growth, and now we're like, this is rebellion. We are entering the beginnings of war.
yeah, this is the beginning of actually being a little more proactive, and I think Saw has been proactive as well. But now we see Cassian setting off an explosion. We see a lot of more open fighting, perhaps, or the beginning of that, more of an open rebellion
I can agree.
rather than just kind of Saw doing his crazy stuff.
Speaking of Saw, we got a couple images of him.
Yeah, he's definitely in season 2.
Definitely different than he looked in season 1.
He has been blowing up. Do we
Mhm.
see that in this season?
Do we get any information on what exactly happened to Saw Gerrera?
Because something happened. Speaking of explosions, he was in one, it seems like. Or something. Maybe get tortured by the Empire? I don't know.
It could be what drives him further
Even
from
more?
the regular rebellion into the extremist rebellion.
Yeah.
I also believe we might have an image of a flashback version of Saw. It looks kind of reminiscent
like
of what
him
Saw
from
looked
Clone
like
Wars,
back
yeah.
on Onderon.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a similarity there.
I mean, I might be wrong. It could be a new character, a different setting. But there is a vague
had
similarity
flashbacks
to
in
the
season
animated
1, so-
version
Yeah.
of him.
No, I agree. And we did have flashbacks in season 1, so it wouldn't be beyond the realm of possibility here.
Well, yeah, I even had a moment where you see this new group of stormtroopers walking down a hallway. They're not wearing helmets. They all have a individual type look to them. For a second, I was like, well, I know that can't be the Bad Batch, but it reminded me a little of the Bad Batch.
Kinda. I see what you're saying.
Like
yeah.
maybe the Empire decided to build a new form of
Special Clone
yeah.
Force. Special
I'm just saying because
non-Clone
there was
Force
Clone
99.
Force 99. They
Yeah.
were specialized. They did specific jobs. Is this kind of
Well,
their version of it? We know that they were trying to build teams like this. They brought in Crosshair.
yeah, we've seen this sort of thing before, kind of like a special forces kind of thing. Heck, Boba Fett was originally going to be like the super soldier of stormtroopers, so.
We saw the wedding. The
Yes.
wedding between Mon's daughter and gangster guy's son.
Gangster guy, yeah.
Because her daughter wanted a traditional, arranged marriage,
Yeah.
which was apparently Chandrilan culture. And you actually see that Mon is at the wedding dancing.
She's dancing, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of strange to see Mon Mothma dancing.
But that look that we captured in this one image, she does not look comfortable. I worry that she is upset with her decisions because it almost feels like she was selling her daughter to protect the fledgling rebellion and herself.
Was, yeah. Well, it's about the price and the sacrifices and the choices. That's what season 1 of Andor is all about. And I
Right.
assume that continues into season 2 because we know Mon Mothma's family is not around later on.
No, and we don't know what happened. We don't know if the daughter's just off married, so we don't worry about
Yeah.
her. We don't know what Perrin's up to.
Yeah.
For all we know, Perrin could find out what she's up to and turn on her.
I kind of see that
They
happening.
do have a rocky marriage. We know
Yeah.
it wasn't arranged, so.
Yeah, I think, and Perrin was in the military, so
Yes,
he
he
could
was.
feel some loyalty there. I see Perrin turning. Well,
and
not really
he
turning.
He had friends on
staying
the
loyal
opposite
to
sides of the
Empire, I guess,
discussions
yeah.
as her, too.
Yeah.
We also have some images of what looks like a stormtrooper attack on a farming community.
Yeah, we see that's the same planet. We see Bix and Cassian maybe kind of
They're
reuniting.
hugging, or
Yeah.
I'm wondering, could that be where he sent them to hide at the end of season 1? And did
Yeah.
Cyril just never give up, or the Empire didn't give up on finding the troublemakers and silencing Ferrix?
That could be. Make an example of the people who started the rebellion on Ferrix or the event or incident. However, much of that actually gets out there, too. They might just try to cover that up.
Covering it up might mean getting rid of them.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Instigators.
Yeah.
Not to mention, Bix was tortured relentlessly by the Empire, so her story
children.
getting out there isn't one the Empire would want out there.
No.
We also have some interesting images involving Krennic.
Krennic, we knew
Director
he was going to be in there, and I think that was needed.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
Because he is such a kind of key component to Rogue One that as we segue into more Rogue One, you need him in there because he's the big baddie there, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
I know Tarkin and Vader are also in there. They're bigger baddies in their own way, but it's
he's
great
the
to see
leading
him.
guy, yeah.
Exactly.
It's interesting because you see him looking out at the Death Star while it's being built. This image almost bothers me because it's almost contradictory to what we saw at the end of Andor Season 1.
Yeah, because they're putting the dish in.
Yeah.
But that could just be it. I mean, that's really just kind of like a tease to what they were actually doing.
Yes. It's fine. It's just a little contradictory, possibly. There also seems to be a fancy party that he's attending. I assume it's on Coruscant, but I can't.
Could be Chandra as well or something.
He could have come to the wedding.
Or any planet.
No.
Well, I don't think he came to the wedding,
No.
but I mean, it could be all connected, or we never know.
But it's interesting because there's some sort of formal event that Mon and Perrin are coming to. They're getting some picture taken by the paparazzi, it looks like.
Paparazzi droid.
There's a gentleman there wearing blue, and that's how I know this is all at the same place, because he's also in a picture with Krennic at this same event. It looks like Krennic might actually be talking to Mon about something.
Well, we've also seen that image of like Mon Mothma and Luthen with like stormtroopers approaching. Could that be connected to this too? Is this like kind of the moment where Mon is forced to go on the run after the Gorman incident, as we know as well?
Right, and I mean, speaking of the Gorman incident,
I think we see that in this. I think that big
I think it's
fight
in there.
Yeah. That we kind of see clips of and that we've seen images of before. I think that is whatever happens to the Gorman, where they, I think, get landed on by the Imperials, and that could be set up.
Yeah, and we also see that one image that's in here of the guy with the riot gear on, and looks like there's protesters all on one side, and then those could be Gormans.
Yeah.
So that could be the protest leading to the actual event where the Gormans get massacred.
Yeah.
Because we know that the Gormans didn't want the Imperials there, and according to non-canon, they actually land a ship on them, on the landing pad.
Yeah, well, we've heard about the comparison to No Russian from the game Call of Duty, I believe.
I think it was one of them, yes.
Yeah, don't quote me on that. And how that is essentially, there was a setup where it tries to blame it on the Americans, or
when it's them doing it to themselves, but framing somebody else.
Yes, and I think this could be, we speculated this could be the rebellion doing something really bad and painting it. I don't know if I'd
say the entire rebellion, but I would put it past the partisans.
The partisans, yeah, or maybe even Luthen at this point, and Cassian.
Yeah, this could be some of those extremes in Rogue One, where Cassian's like, you don't
he's
know
doing
the
whatever
things
he's
we've
done.
Do.
Exactly.
And he does this mission with Jyn kind of as absolution.
Yeah.
And he takes other people with him who feel the same, who've dirtied their hands for the sake of the side of good.
Well, we are supposed to see Rogue One differently after this. That Tony Gilroy himself has said that, and I agree. I think you're going to see Rogue One as more of a redemption story after this, where you're going to be like, oh goodness, these guys did some really bad things, and now they're trying to make up for it.
I mean, there's other images in here of people we don't even quite know yet. There's some new person who's in the rebellion who Cassian must be going on jobs with or something. We have at least one picture of Dedra and one picture of Cyril and one picture of Edie.
Yeah, it's mostly just kind of images, and I think it's just to get people excited. I mean, I don't know that I'm any more excited after seeing this, because I was already super
you know what excited
excited.
Me? They didn't balk on the date, because we were worried that with Last of Us coming out April 13th, that everyone was... Yeah, there were rumors that Andor hadn't shown a trailer yet because they might flip the date to get further away from it. And they didn't. They said, no, we're sticking with the date we gave you.
Yeah, this is like the first time they've leaned into like, hey, this is a show where usually they try to like Star Wars sells itself, right? Mm-hmm. And you could say this is just an example of, well, Andor was a different kind of Star Wars show and everybody really, really liked it and it was critically acclaimed. Or an example of like, hey, remember we did make some good Star Wars and so here's all our accolades, so please watch it. I don't know. I think it's probably somewhere in between the two, but it definitely felt like a trailer for the normies to say, hey, there's this really praised show. You should check it out. Not necessarily a trailer to get the fans excited, but at the same time, like I was saying, I think the fans who liked Andor Season 1,
We've been excited this whole
we've
time.
been excited since Season 1 ended, and we're just ready for it. All right, well, I think that is going to be all we got for you this time. Certainly, we will be talking more about Andor, or I will be talking more about it here on this channel. We will be talking about it more on the second channel. But whatever the case may be, now it's your turn. Take to the comments below. Tell us what you thought of the trailer. Tell us how excited you maybe are for Season 2, or maybe are not. Whatever the case may be, leave a comment below. Let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.